Oh.
Yeah, hi. I'm currently setting up my nighttime approach because I went over this logistics of carrying a gun with my instructor I took a class with, and first he recommends not carrying a gun cross-draw loaded ever anyway because of the chance of shooting yourself, and if you shoot yourself cross-draw, you will ruin some major organs and probably kill yourself. And then on top of that, there are other guns like he recommended, the Springfield Prodigy, and it's a gun that has a whole bunch of external safeties and whatnot. That's the only gun he would remotely recommend actually cross-drawing with. If someone is out there looking for a cross-draw option, and cross-draw I mean coming from whatever hand across your body and pulling the gun out loaded. For my purposes, we came up with the best idea if I wanted to have the gun on me in certain spots. Like I said before, I talked to him about doing the tablet-looking concealment crossbody on the chest like this, and then just having it unloaded at night. And I'm gonna have to sacrifice having the gun unloaded at night. Well, for a couple different reasons, but the main one being you don't want to shoot yourself. Second to that,
You want to make sure you have the right one.
yeah, and I'm gonna do the fur on this side. Where'd the other? So I'm gonna do this fast, deep concealment on my belt during the day.
You have the fur. Where's the other
And
piece?
this one at night.
This is a fur.
The hard one. Yeah, I have the hard one. You would think the hard one on this? Which one do you think? Right.
I think the soft one should be on here. Here.
Oh yeah, so
because then if you're going to use this,
if I'm gonna use
then you got not to worry about it.
That's true. So I will put the hard one on this. Good thinking on that part in case that I'm going to use it other places. I don't see myself using it that often because it's a right-hander right-hander inside waistband pocket because of the clip. And I'm not right-handed, so I don't right at the moment see it, but that could change.
Because just in case you feel this is a soft.
Yeah.
If I feel this, if I just shoot with my hands, yeah, that's a little bit more rough.
Yeah, the rougher texture. The problem that I was thinking of putting it on because my hand's gonna come in here. I don't know how hard that's gonna.
Or do you want this?
I don't know because
Put side by side. I'll try.
It doesn't make a difference. That doesn't hurt you. So I think I probably would be better off with this, so it don't catch me as I'm doing it. But anyway, I want to make 3 stripes dealios. So maybe I might go around. Should go around with it. Does that make a difference?
You're gonna cut it in half, anyways.
Yeah, I only have 4 foot. 1, 2, 3.
I think you really need only 2.
Yeah, 2 probably. I was gonna do at least 3 on one side. Just do 3 on 2 on one side. 2, 1, 2. Yeah, maybe only 2.
If you space it out right.
Yeah. So you give it that cut. You give it take. So the idea behind this is when I'm sleeping at night, this cardboard is gonna mimic a tablet within my black coat. The shape of it, because otherwise the gun protrudes because of the type of fabric on the coat that I'm using.
This is almost like a tablet.
Yeah. It would be. You should let me rip the things off of that and use it.
No. Not gonna sacrifice that unless. Because I need it to use it for a lock and lock.
Measure it out roughly. Doesn't have to be exact. So 2 of them, and then I want the fur to fit this holster, which I have the little piece. Where the little piece? The fur go.
Right here.
Oh, there. Ooh, it did. Velcro together. At least the Velcro holds. This one I might have to cut the 2 little things because there's an arch right there that I might have to get around. I'm guessing. I'm trying to cover as much as possible, but if I do it with the arch, then it'll only have the arch. So I have to cut that. arch out of it. Because if I did that, it's not going to have enough space in the middle. Very easily tweak it back together. And then, oh well, how long is that? I'm going to go a little further. I don't know for sure how well this idea is going to work, but the thing is, I have a metal case that I'm going to bring with me that I'm going to check the bag, or for the check bag, I should say, to be able to fly at airports. So I'd have that with me.
And they'll be okay with this being on the carry-on because there's no bullets. There's
not a carry-on unchecked. You don't bring a carry-on.
But not with the gun. I'm talking about the clip.
Yeah.
This. Just this.
Oh yeah, just the holster. Yeah, not with the gun.
They're not going to care about that because...
Yeah, because you don't have the gun in it. Did I do too far up? I did. Kind of. I got some of that notch.
If not, this little piece can go on your notch.
That off, I guess. Trying to conceal it to the holsters. Iffy by itself. There's that notch, and there's that. That might work. Close enough, maybe. And then cut that off. Okay, so the goal being at night when I'm sleeping at an airport or a bus station or something like that, I can have the gun personally on me because I don't like the idea of passing out because you're unconscious. You know, you're sleeping and somebody comes along and steals your bag. Because in Hawaii, I had that happen already. I don't want to put the gun in the case in the bag, even though it's the more secure way to do it at the airport. But the idea behind the airport is you go into there. Most normal people go right into the airport, go right to the counter, check the bag. It goes off into checked bag land, and the gun is secured because it's no longer on your person. However, there's a lot of times I'm at the airport or the bus station or wherever when I'm not flying out, at least not that night, flying out the next morning, and I have to do something with the gun in the meantime, and I don't want to put it in the case because I know I won't sleep at night knowing that I'm trying to sleep on top of the case as my pillow or whatever because people could steal it. It's just, I would much rather have them have to fill me up to get to it. Now, I will advise, I'm taking a risk, and I know I'm taking a risk. Most all airports, especially if the gun is loaded, it's a federal felony to have the gun loaded and not in a case. If you have it unloaded, about half the time it's a federal misdemeanor to carry around an unloaded gun that's not secured in a case. I have the case on me, I can get the gun into the case, and then I have to talk my way out of an issue with the cops, but that's if the cops stop you for one thing and if they search you for another. For some kind of reason, and that's rare.
And
taking the chance of doing that.
And legally, when you actually get your CCW, you'll legally, by law, with the terms and conditions of the CCW, it says right in the CCW that you have to tell the cop that yes, you have a CCW, and yes, you have to tell where the gun is located.
It's both the legal option and it's probably your best option anyway, because you want to set that officer at ease from the get-go. You do not want them finding the gun without you saying nothing.
If you don't have your gun on you and it says, oh, I see you have a CCW, say, yeah, I don't have the gun on me.
Yeah, because that's their thing, especially nowadays the CCWs are most of the time they're connected to your driver's license, so they already know the time that when they call your driver's license or your name and date of birth, then they already know you have it. That's half the reason for getting a CCW or for requiring it is so that law enforcement knows. And then it's also so that they know you have training in it and how to handle the gun.
Most officers rather have you be honest, say yes, you have a CCW, but if you don't have the gun on you, because somehow you say, you know what, you don't want to carry that day.
And there are times, that you don't want to carry, but still, because they know about it, you should mention that yes, you do have one, but you don't have it on you. If that is the case.
But if you mistakenly didn't tell them and you didn't have the gun on you, they're going to probably give you warning saying, next time please try to tell us that you have a CCW.
Yeah. And so that's the issue I'm going to come up with at bus stations and airports that I can't get around, because if I were to work that day, pay for that hotel and that hotel deposit and the food, lots of times the hotel deposit doesn't come back for 7 days. So that's $100 I'm losing every single time for a week. And it's just not viable to stay in a hotel every night when I'm out on the road, so I have to make exceptions and sleep in places like the airport or the bus station and whatnot. I have to kind of try and get my way around it.
And just so to let you guys know, it's not the hotel's fault. It's his bank card's fault.
Yeah, a lot of it's my bank card that's doing that too. Most hotels, if you're running a credit card, will clear it in the next day. It just depends on your card more than anything, but
hotels get really angry when you use your debit card.
Yeah.
Because it was because of the deposit, that secure deposit they have.
Yeah, it's more the bank than anything. It takes the bank longer to process it back. And then on credit card company just kind of goes, okay, you brought it back. Okay, we'll double check that later and they give it back to you.
Even when he was working front night audit and stuff, he experiences customers complaining and say, "Why didn't you tell us about this?"
Yeah. Yep.
And they say it's not our fault. Yes, it is. It's you guys' company's fault. No, it's not. Trust me. I had experience when I was working at a gas station that's saying, "Why is it charging me $99 and stuff when I only feel $76 worth?" And say,
Right.
that's the merchant type deal. Say it should clear at least 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah.
And so if you have a problem after the 6th business day, you can contact my manager and stuff, because they want to talk to my manager and stuff. And I was the one that handled the situation, because I knew. And I told him, say, I even had experience and stuff. It took one time for me to processing to clear. It nearly took almost 14 days to clear.
Right. So, because I have the gun in the video again, I want to make it clear to YouTube. It is cleared out. Has been cleared. Mag is clear. Easier to put the mag in, drop the side back to lock it. And that should go through the rules of clearing it. No mag, nothing in there, nothing in the chamber. Pinky inspect, nothing in the other chamber. Visually and pinky inspected. For purposes of the video, I'm just have the gun in the video so I can show you this. At night, I'm going to just sleep like this in the coat pocket. And the idea is most of the gun is covered up. Which I forgot about the grip. So now I gotta redo it.
But the same with the Velcro and stuff. You can reposition it.
Come it up at an angle and you can't really see it because this will impress out the way the gun pushes this whole thing out, the fabric of the coat, which I could go put it on.
And just to demonstrate people, you can see where the edge of the deal, very edge of the deal, you can see that's probably a button.
Yeah.
That protrudes.
Yeah, so they won't be able to tell. I can, if you want to pause the video, I'll go grab my coat and show them.
See right here? You can kind of see on my phone that these little buttons protruding and stuff.
Yeah, so pause it, I'll be right back.
Alright, just 1 second. Alright, we're back.
Yeah. So this is the coat that I'm talking about, and because it's got all these other utility pockets, it's the coat that I want to still continue using for a while. And because of that, for my other necessities, I have donated or designated this pocket cross straw for my nighttime sleeping with the gun on me, because I don't really want to have the gun in the case because somebody could steal the case while I'm sleeping. I've had it happen in Hawaii, not stealing the gun, but I've had them steal the case in Hawaii. I gotta put this in first this way because this is shaped just odd, so it won't. And the other reason that I have that shaped like a tablet is so this part won't come back off. If you have to go draw it, it only goes so far.
If he has to do really force, it will come out.
Yeah. I practiced this the other day though, and the gun, and just to jump the gun around, which is bad gun rules. But it's unloaded. It's a brick right now anyway. I showed it. I get it in where I need to be. And I would do all this in the restroom at night, so everybody's not seeing me flag myself or nothing. Nothing's in the gun, completely unloaded.
You want to stand
I'll
up?
stand up so you can see it. As I'm sleeping.
Yeah, you can't really tell.
And then as I'm sleeping, I usually have this zipped up so that these chest pockets
Just
come
zip it up.
together.
Zip it up.
Yeah.
People.
And I would have my two phones here that have my wallets. They have my cards in the back of the phone. Tablet here as I'm sleeping, and it's just gonna look funky, but it won't look as funky with my phones.
You want to grab one of your phones and you can
In
just
this
use one of
pocket.
mine. Use mine.
Yeah. Stacked up together in this pocket. And that's how I'm sleeping, which looks a little weird, but at least you can't see the frame up
It
there.
almost looks like a little pretend breast and stuff,
Yeah,
but
kind of, pretty much. Loaded up, but the other thing is people don't know what's in my pocket, so they don't want to approach me either. cops are kind of iffy when they do approach me sometimes, but this is how I have to do it at night. And then as soon as I'm good to go during the daytime or whatever, it's like this. Gun goes on the belt here after I go to the restroom and fix it all up. For daytime, I carry, or will eventually carry, fully loaded with one in the chamber eventually. Nighttime, this is going to be unloaded because my instructor, like my instructor said, unless I have a gun that has external safeties on it, that's a bad idea to carry this cross-draw daytime or night, especially when sleeping. If you don't have a
because
if you have a Glock,
because here's a gun, here's a bullet. This is a bullet. It can go up and in. There's a
and then just that movement of the slide because
there's a fraction of one of these.
Yeah, all it takes is that much for it to activate and go up and in. Especially if you're carrying already one in the chamber, it'd be a dumb idea to do that, and especially in the Glock.
Yeah,
I could carry one in the chamber with a Springfield Prodigy because it has or you can modify the trigger to have a safety. It has a grip safety. It has an external safety, and then the grip, the trigger, external. Oh yeah, and then the hammer. If you have cocked the hammer on a Prodigy, it won't. Between all four of those things, the gun would have to defeat something 4 times to go off. Versus this only has to defeat the trigger, so it's a bad idea to carry it.
Yeah. It's kind of funny when I say a fraction of one of these, because it just needs a little space.
And then also
and because
of this thin material on this gun and this coat that I'm working with, it's also a bad idea to carry it loaded there because the material can get in there and play with the trigger. But this is only to store it at night so that it's up here where they have to feel nailed. Now, if something were to pop off in the airport, I have to grab it like that, bring it out. Oh, I gotta bring it. I haven't practiced it yet.
Well, this is good practice to demonstrate.
Loosen the holster. I gotta loosen the holster so it'll come out easier. You come out, something pops off. This is gonna be stored in my pants pocket. Take pants pocket off. Out of pants pocket, I mean. Up, chamber, and then boom.
Oh God, there's my phone.
Well, of course it's empty, so I can't. But
all right, just a second. All right.
So, like I was saying before, take the gun out. It's empty. Here, let's rack it first. Take the gun out of the holster, then take the mag out of my pants, mag in the gun, that's whatever's popping off. You would have to rack it. I don't want to rack it fully because it doesn't have a round in it. If I had a round in it, it would just go, but since it's empty, it'll lock back. Get on target, boom. I practiced this the other day with 7 seconds. From sleeping with the thing out, mag, boom, 7 seconds. So that's the nighttime, compromise I have to go with if I'm not going to carry loaded. Something goes off, I have to have 7 seconds to get back into the game, as they say. Now during the daytime, fully loaded in the chamber, I want to get to 3 seconds on the belt there. Pull out, frame up, or I can do it with the gun pointed on it. You, up here like that, up there, 3 seconds. And obviously the more and more I practice with that.
Yeah, just so you guys know, I know the gun was not low because here's the 2 bullets, so.
Yeah. We know those 2 bullets are there, but never ever be cleaning your gun or playing around if you don't know where your rounds are.
As we always say, always treat your gun as if it's loaded.
Yeah. Until you visually and physically check it, and you never let it leave your presence. If you let it leave your presence, then you have to do it again.
Even 1 second. 1 second out of your eyesight, you have to now make sure it's visually.
Because, like my instructor was saying, 76% of the accidental discharges that somebody didn't plan on shooting themselves or somebody else was because there was one in the chamber, kid came along or whoever, put the one in the chamber, guy went away thinking the gun is clean, did not clear it, went to go clean it or play with it or whatever, boom, went off because he did not know that was loaded in the chamber. So always, always, always. And then it's a bad habit to get into clear your gun, clear the mag, and then store this, oh I'm done, whatever. Because the thing is, last time you went and racked the slides and went like this, Glocks especially will load themselves right there in that movement. So one's already in the chamber. I
experienced when I was shooting my dad's 22, which is not going to become my guns, that a simple 22 bullet can easily rack right into the L2. So it's not just 45s, it's pretty much any type of gun.
And so a lot of people make that mistake. So if you're unloading for the day, you want to count and make sure every single one is in there, and you also want to visually check it, visually and physically check that your chamber is clear. But that's it that I have for this video.
So like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the flip.
Peace.